How are you?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Good. Do you guys have drinks today?
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice.
Ooh, what do you have?
I have Shiny, so it's a cider based out of Niagara. This is their brand new flavor, blood orange.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
What do you guys have?
we have something that's called a long drink.
Yeah, it's from Finland.
I heard of that.
Yeah, so it's like coming to Canada.
Oh, really?
It's just apparently like just coming to Canada, but we're in Nashville right now, so they have it in Tennessee.
Yeah, and a friend of ours is
Who lives next door brought it over.
yeah, he's the rep, and so he was like, "We're coming to Canada," and he brought us some to try.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
cheers.
Cheers.
Your album coming out April 19th.
Thank you. This is our first cheers to that, actually.
Yeah, that is
Happy to have done it with you. Alexa's Country Party. You guys have this album all set and done in the books, but you guys I saw were in the studio recording something. You had the sound turned off intentionally, I'm assuming, on Instagram.
We're always kind of recording stuff because when we songwrite, we do a lot of demos too. So we're always writing, always demoing. We're like always in the process.
We always kind of need to be one step ahead because it's like this record that is coming out has been years in the making, and we finished recording it like last year. So we're celebrating that, but behind the scenes, we're like, what's the next thing? You know, we always have to be one step ahead.
Like if we stopped writing and making music, like
We'd be sad.
we would not survive. It just feels like that's what we always are doing because it's what fuels us. That and apparently
Long
this.
drink.
I just watched you guys perform at the Country Music Alberta Awards on TV. I'm so glad they stream it. And
Yeah, me too.
that day you performed, but you also took home the Group or Duo of the Year award for the 4th time, and that would be your 10th award with Country Music Alberta Awards over your career. So another one to add to the growing collection.
Yes, thank you so much.
Looked like a lot of fun there. I want to touch briefly, for those that are just listening in, I'm here with Katie and Brandi, and they are now a duo. Nice Horse is a duo now. Can you talk to me about that change? I noticed how quickly you guys have been able to put out music. There wasn't much of a years and years long gap, and you've already been performing on stages and winning awards for it. It must be pretty reassuring that, this is still the right path for you guys and that people want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, when we won that Group or Duo of the Year at the CMABs and got all those nominations came in after we announced that we were a duo. They came in actually like quite promptly after we announced that we were a duo, but to have that support right off the bat and win that award, I mean, we called it the Group and Duo of the Year award because it really was the work that we've done for years. But the fact that people they saw us, they're like, oh, they're a duo now, and we still rallied behind them was so reassuring, and it felt really great. And we love those two, Krista and Tara. They've moved on to do other things. That's more where their heart was. But mine and Brandi's heart is here with Nice Horse, and it always has been. And so for us,
And with country music.
And so, yes, it was a quick change, but for Brandi and I, it was a no-brainer. Like we were like, we want to keep this thing going. This is our heart and soul. We have poured years of blood, sweat, and tears, and we weren't about to stop.
You guys are all so super talented individually, and I think that's what made you guys be so successful as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, truly, at the beginning of this, the first song we ever wrote for this project was Katie and I. We always have been so firmly rooted in country, and we've always been continually creating has always been really important to us. We're always writing, we're always demoing, we're always recording because it just feels like it is truly what lights our fire. And so it feels like that's life. Like it doesn't feel any different than like, this is how we live. And we can't imagine living any other way.
You guys certainly have a lot of fun. I see Katie, you're on my feed like all the time, hanging out with everybody. So you guys have been having fun too, which is great. So this album, I actually got a bit of a sneak preview for. I think it's really cool, the style of it, how it kind of goes a slow, like gradual ease, like intensity. And then it kind of comes down. It's kind of like a wave almost. And I think that it's really good strategically placed because I know sometimes, with albums on my end, I know that they're all kind of placed usually somewhat for a reason of some sort. But this one I could really tell myself it was like an experience.
Well, the great thing about getting to release this is that we haven't released an EP in a long time. And so for us to get to release a collection of songs, you're so right. When you listen to it as a whole, you feel something different and it means something different. And I would say I love that, like, you are saying feels like a wave. There were times in writing this record that it felt like a hurricane. And that comes out in it. It feels very autobiographical. A lot of the things were really true to what we were going through in the times that we were writing that. And we wrote it in some really turbulent times, not just for us, but the world as a whole. And so to be able to come out on the other side with something that like sounds like a wave. I mean, it's great that like from a disastrous hurricane comes just this beautiful rolling wave.
Exactly. I want to talk for a minute here about things I wish I didn't know. That music video, it looked like an empty condo. And I was like, so simplistic, but yet it hit the nail on the head for what the song's about. And I loved the white dresses being the bed sheets. And I just think that was so creative. And you don't need to necessarily have all the bells and whistles to have a great music video.
Well, thank you. And I think for that one, it's like because that feeling of things you wish you didn't know leaves you with a feeling of emptiness. And so we wanted something that conveyed that feeling of just like empty and like you don't know what to do. Like there's moments in that video where we're like crunched down and doing this. And it's like all those things when you hear something that you really wish you didn't know and how you process that. The way we envision that when you're processing that is you just feel like it doesn't matter what anybody says or what anybody does. You're alone with that thought. And so that was what we wanted to convey like in the music video, that really lonely feeling when you feel like it's you against the whole rest of the world, moving on, having a good time.
Definitely. You got to, show off your good acting chops there. It's, complete 180 from high school. Music video was, and that music video did very well and got some attention. So I think that this one hopefully gets some really good responses. I read some of the comments on YouTube and a lot of people really liked it.
Thank you. Yeah, music videos have really been like a real cornerstone for us. I just feel like we always love the visual representation of the song. And so you're right, with high school, it was something that we just we did that video completely by ourselves. And during a time when we couldn't do video any other way at the time that was released, and we just had to do it because we felt it was important to have. And I think the visual representation of this song as well, like Things I Wish I Didn't Know, it really just this was our first video as a duo. And so we wanted to keep it simple. And it was just it was Katie and I in a room. And I mean, it doesn't get more representative of a duo than that.
Yeah, totally. So I know you guys don't have any shows in my area here announced or anything, but you do have some fun ones coming up. Cavendish in particular is exciting for me because this will be my first time hopefully going there this year, my first time in PEI. So it'll be nice to see you guys. And I know you guys have performed there before, so I'm sure you're thrilled about that. And also wanted to note your direct support for Jody Messina for her, I believe it's like her only show that's for her headlining tour in Saskatchewan.
I know, it's so amazing and it's so crazy because we grew up on that music with Jody Messina, like that's that 90s country era. And we're in Nashville right now. And I was like, oh, who's playing at the Ryman while we're here? And I saw, and it was Jody Messina. And I was like, oh my God, like what a great reminder, as if we already needed one, that in August we're playing for freaking icon who's like playing the Ryman. And then a couple months later, we're going to open for her in Regina.
Have you guys hung out with her before?
No, never met her. Ooh. Hopefully we'll get to meet her.
We love to make friends.
Yeah.
It's kind of our MO. So we play that show on August 1st. And I'm sure by August 2nd, Jody will be our best friend.
I want to go. I want to support you guys.
But we'll see you in Cavendish. Cavendish.
Yes.
Cavendish is so fun. We played it 2 years ago. We played the kitchen stage, and now this year we've graduated to the main stage. But man, that festival is awesome. I think it's
absolute blast.
One of the best ones in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to bring some Shiny for you guys to try.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Before I let you go, I just want to say thank you again for hanging out with me and wish you all the best. And for those that are tuning in, be sure to check out their new EP.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see you in Cavendish.